Okay, so hey guys, and today we are back with another anime review, and this time it is Mob Psycho 102, which was released in 2019 and which was the sequel to the beloved Mob Psycho 100 from 2016. Anyways, let's begin the review. Okay, so first let's talk about the opening. It kind of felt disappointing to me. Now, it was a good opening on its own, but when you compare it to the opening of season 1, it falls flat. And while it did have a great song and amazing animation, I was expecting them to try some new animation tricks that they tried with the season 1 opening. The tricks which were very successful, like Mob's heart transitioning into a broccoli and then that broccoli transforming into Dimple, which then continued to transform into a food item, which was suddenly inside Reagan's mouth. These small but mind-blowing animation tricks is what made the first opening so special for me. Now, as I said, the opening has great animation too, and sometimes it gets really good. But I was just expecting something more. I like the song 99 more than 99.9, to be honest, because 99 just seemed like a pretty fun concept for a song. Okay, so a celebrity spirit named Mogami has possessed the body of a girl, and this arc is a pretty dark one, especially because it has that possessed girl stabbing her own father with a piece of glass. I didn't think that one story would turn this dark all of a sudden. And I was very overwhelmed by Mogami and his power, to be honest. He was also pretty clever to let Mob let in the body so he could have the advantage. His plan was excellent, to be honest, but of course Dimple ruined it all and saved Mob. However, Mogami still doesn't give up and tries to battle Mob with all the spirits he has got. This fight is just animated so spectacularly that it is a feast for the eyes, especially after Mob's power reached 100%. This also was an imaginary world, so Mob didn't have to worry about causing destruction and stuff, so he could finally go all out, and he did, and it was just so great to watch it. Matsuo capturing such a powerful spirit at the end was also very funny. Okay, so Mob starts thinking that Reagan is interfering in his life too much, and that is the reason he isn't able to spend enough time with his friends, which is kind of true, I guess. And so he decides to leave Reagan and spend some time with his friends. Most of this arc was funny, especially when Dimple found out Reagan spying on Mob and getting surprised that he was actually enjoying spending time with his friends. But the ending of this arc was just so good and emotional. This arc is great for both of them and adds a lot to both of their characters. Okay, so Claw finally returns and they make a grand entrance in this season. I actually thought that Mob's family died due to Show coming in out of nowhere and blasting the house. Thankfully, they didn't die, and Show also turned out to be a good guy. I think he got nerfed down in this season because in season 1 he seemed to be so powerful compared to this season. Anyways, Rio was such a troublemaker and he indeed was overpowered and he kind of spammed his teleportation move throughout the entire season, which is kind of annoying. I was so satisfied when he finally lost. Hiroshi didn't really have much going on and he just turned into a giant red monster and that's basically it. Though the leader of the Body Improvement Club trying to protect Mob from him was a heartwarming moment. So thanks to him for that moment. And I don't know why Toshiki is called the most powerful of the Ultimate Five. I think Ryo's teleportation can defeat Toshiki easily, and Ryo also caused way more trouble, so Ryo is probably the most powerful. Hattori had a pretty weird but overpowered ability, and I loved that part where the narrator said even he didn't know how his powers worked. Serizawa, of course, had the most depth out of the Ultimate Five, and you could kind of see where he was coming from. The boss of Claw was like the savior for him, so of course he did whatever he said. Now let's talk about the boss of Claw, Toichiro Suzuki. He was so overpowered, but he deserved to be, because he was the boss of such a powerful Esper organization. I was very surprised to see the difference of power between the Ultimate Five and him though. Like it's the difference of day and night. He's so overpowered. Of course he thought he was the protagonist of the world, just like Teru. He probably wouldn't have turned out like this if he also met someone more powerful than him earlier, just like Teru did. Okay, so just like the Mogami fight, this was also very delightful to see, and I was very overwhelmed by Suzuki's power here, since he managed to survive all those buildings that Mob had trapped him with. Also, being able to share psychic powers with others is an insane ability to have. The explosion at the end was also glorious, and the end result of the explosion is also glorious. The broccoli thing was hilarious, and they even hinted about it in the first opening, which is pretty clever. I always like hints like these about future events in anime and movies. And Serizawa joining Mob and Reagan was also okay, I guess. Overall, this was a nice, heartwarming, and peaceful ending. Rating 9 out of 10. Best episode, episode 7. Okay, so yeah, guys, that was it for the video. And I know most of you would like Mob Psycho 2 more than the first one, but I just like the first one more, I guess. I just love the claw arc in the first one, and even though it was very small scale compared to this claw arc, I still enjoyed it more. I guess small scale arcs are sometimes better than such large scale world domination arcs like these. Anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And so, yeah, guys, bye.